Today I'm going to share with you 5 hacks that are going to help you to conquer binge eating attacks. I myself used to struggle with binge eating and really hardcore. I would overeat every single night so much that I couldn't feel anything anymore. And that also held me back from pursuing my dreams, from doing anything, because I would be so exhausted the day after these binges, because it would usually be very late in the night. So I just want to let you know I managed to get out of that with a few simple hacks that I'm going to share, and I want you to know that you absolutely can too. And I'm so grateful that I managed to come out of it. That's also why I feel so passionate about helping others do the same, because now that I'm no longer having these nightly binges, I'm actually able to get things done throughout the day, to follow my dreams and to pursue my dreams, to create a reality for myself that really excites me, because I have all that energy back and it doesn't go towards digesting all the huge amounts of food anymore that I used to eat. And that also brings me to the first thing I want to share with you, the first tip, and that is find out why are you actually binging. What are you afraid will happen when you stop? Because when you stop binging, you're going to have so much more energy to actually do things in life. And I am convinced that we often are afraid of our potential, of the vast intelligence that is within us. So when you start finding out what is it that you're trying to suppress, that you're trying to hold on, that actually wants to come out of you, then surrender to the fact that if that comes out, it's going to be amazing. You're going to be safe. There's nothing you need to worry about. And yeah. But now I want to give you some practical hacks. So the first one is to lay out the food on the counter the night before. So usually I have found from my own experience that binges happen rather in the evening time. So at one point I started to make that connection that when I would want to go to the fridge and have like a binge, I would instead lay the food that I would want to eat the next day on the counter and see, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be able to eat all this amazing food. I want to actually have space in my belly to eat all these foods. So then I would put them out, and then also I would ensure the next day that I would actually eat enough so that I would have sufficient calories inside my system, that I wouldn't want to overeat on anything else but the food. And of course, it is very important that these foods you lay out on the counter the night before are healthy, nutritious foods. So I recommend fruits, vegetables, carbohydrates, starches. If you don't have access to as much fruit, or because of your financial situation, I would definitely go for bananas. Those are always available. Potatoes, rice, pasta, corn pasta, all these things. And that also brings me to the second hack, which is to count your calories. Now you might be wondering, why would counting my calories help me to stop binging? But I'm not saying you have to count your calories to restrict them, but you count them to actually make sure you're eating enough, because one of the biggest symptoms of binge eating is that you underate prior to the binge and your body is so hungry that it is just looking to get into anything you can get your hands on. So count your calories and make sure you meet your daily target. So if you're pounds, then I recommend at least 18 calories per pound of body weight. If you're kilos, then at least 30 calories per kilo of body weight. That's like the minimum you definitely want to hit to avoid binge eating, but anything above that. Now in the beginning, if you're just looking to overcome binge eating, once you've overcome that, then we can see if you want to reduce the amount of calories again to lose weight. But in the beginning, don't worry about that at all. Just eat to your heart's content. Ideally, high carbohydrate, low fat calories. Calories coming from carbohydrates, ideally primarily fruit, to get that satiation, to get that water content, nutrient density. And yeah, if you want some nice recipes, then definitely make sure to check out my Flat Tummy Feast cookbook. You can get it for free in the link in the description box. And that also brings me to the third tip, and that is to have nice food around that is kind of the overlay of what is healthy and makes you feel good and what you enjoy and what you really like. You don't just want to have either healthy food or food that you enjoy. You want to find that overlap. And you want to have those foods around at all times. Because if you're not surrounded by an abundance of super tasty, delicious foods, then you'll want to go to like junk food or anything super calorie dense because your body's just really craving the calories. And yeah, so that is definitely also really, really important tip. And then the fourth hack is to sleep more. And I've already talked so much about it, so I'm not gonna get more into it. But I promise you, if you sleep more, you're going to feel a difference in how much you're binging. And then the fifth one is again, that's a very practical tip you can do. Have kind of an evening routine after you had your last meal, because I personally have found that usually binges happen in the evening time. So once you've made sure you've eaten enough throughout the day and you had your last meal, you can find out if you want to have kind of a routine for yourself afterwards, where you potentially clean up the kitchen and then you go for a little walk outside or for a gentle bike ride, and then you come home, you take a shower or whatever you like to do in the evening before going to bed. I really like sleeping after I've taken a shower. It just feels so good. And then I already brushed my teeth, get on your clothes that you like to wear when you're sleeping, and then watch like a gentle movie in bed or read a book or whatever, have kind of a routine that does not involve eating in the evening. So you also want to find something that you enjoy. You're not just doing it to overcome the binge eating, but it actually brings joy to your evening. And then the last tip is to protect your energy. And if you want to learn how to do that, then definitely make sure to check out this video.